are roughly 20 teachers under investigation right now for some kind of misconduct. I went through cases from the last 5 years and found dozens of teachers have lost their license over everything from physical abuse to sexual misconduct.
Physically abusing a special needs student, spraying a bottle of cleaning fluid in a child's face, slapping a student, and throwing chairs. Only the start of what the 22 News I-Team discovered after requesting information on Massachusetts teachers who have had their license revoked or suspended in the last 5 years. We also discovered social media has only made it easier to connect. A teacher in Franklin is serving a 1-year suspension after he was caught sending inappropriate tweets and Snapchats to high school girls. In Westfield, flirtatious text messages and inappropriate emails got an English teacher's license revoked. Cell phones and social media are only making it easier to connect outside of the classroom, and in many cases leads to drinking with minors, like a teacher in Westboro was caught doing. Sometimes even leading to a sexual relationship with students, like a teacher in Palmer, fired after he was caught sending thousands of sexual messages to students and having a physical relationship with at least one of them. In another case involving a Leicester teacher, the student was only 12 years old. Linda Paisano prosecutes student-teacher cases and other child abuse cases out of the Northwestern District Attorney's Office.
There's a level of trust that these kids have in their teachers and should have in their teachers, and so there's that violation of trust.
Paisano says there are hundreds of child abuse cases that come in every year, but only about a third actually go to trial. Part of that is because some of the cases can't be proven or found untrue. In other cases, like student-teacher cases, the student may find it difficult to face their abuser in court and may choose not to go forward with it.
And many students don't come forward at all.
As a recent victim was speaking recently, she said, "I felt like I couldn't tell. Who would believe me? They're a teacher. Who am I? They're going to believe the teacher over me." And so her abuse went on for 5 years because she didn't feel like she could tell and be believed.
It's very rare, but one case is too much.
The 22 News I-Team talked to State Education Commissioner Mitchell Chester, who says these cases don't happen often enough to cut off all contact between teachers and students outside of the classroom.
I would hate to cut off a communication channel that most people are using very responsibly and in ways that open up opportunities for students and for parents.
Are we still doing enough to protect our kids in the classroom?
I think we are. We've increased the scrutiny and the attention to making sure that we're not inadvertently hiring somebody who has the kind of background that we don't want to see in a person who's working with children.
Chester said they've not only expanded background checks and required Cori checks on licensed educators, but they also started fingerprinting new hires last year. And by the fall of 2016, all licensed public educators in the state will be in a fingerprint database.
And Chester says their preventative measures are good, but many times the teacher doesn't have a history of abuse. It may actually start in the classroom, which is why it's so important for students and parents to report anything that doesn't seem right. I've put information on who you should tell on our website, wwlp.com. I'm Laura Hutchinson, working for you with the 22 News I-Team.